She did.
Artist developer, media coach, booking agent, entertainer, motivational speaker. Oh my goodness. Alyssa Jacey next on the Chris Top program.
The Top, broadcasting live to at least 3 people on Spreaker.com. Hello, dorks of the world, and waba to all. That zombie apocalypse is quickly approaching, kiddies. Right this minute is the best time to look for the closest dork safe house. Why don't we ask little emo Timmy where he's gonna go when the zombies come a-knocking? Oh, wait, look at that zombie go, eating what few brains little emo Timmy had left in his head. Remember, be a dork, be proud, be hip, and waba. Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
I am the one and only Chris Top.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment.
The VCR and the DVD, there was a night of that rap back in 1970. What didn't know about the World War Web was a whole different game being played back when I was a kid. Wanna get down in a cool way, picture yourself on a beautiful day. Big bell bottoms and groovy long hair, just walking in style with a party full MP3 play. You can listen to the music on the Chris Top program. You can hear the music on the Chris Top program.
This is the Chris Top program.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from our lavish home studio here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. How in the hell are you doing, world?
And I'm the one and only Allie Top, broadcasting alongside the man, the myth, the legend, the radio god, the man you wish you could be but will never be, Chris frickin' Top.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You know, I got to say, I'm going to brag on you just a little bit. You are really doing well with your writing.
Heck yeah, I am.
Yeah, we got some more good news today. I mean, you're getting more hours, you're making some moolah, and you're loving what you're doing. You're working from home.
I am. It's a dream come true.
It's a dream come true for a lot of people, and you're doing it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. You keep it up. You keep up the pace you're keeping up. I can retire like in 6 months.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Heavy. It's heavy.
With everything, yeah. But no, you're doing really well, and you're loving what you're doing, too, and that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, you work
I feel like love is not enough of a word.
Yeah, you work from home. You can still focus on your second love, which is cooking.
That's not my love at all. I really don't like cooking.
We've been focusing on paninis lately.
I'm being nice about it.
But, I mean, you kind of like the panini thing, don't you? We got that little panini press, the little red copper thing. It's kind of cool.
I call it the flippin' sandwich thing.
Yep. But you can make anything a panini. Mm-hmm. We should do a peanut butter jelly panini.
That would be interesting.
It would be good.
I would do it just to see if
it'd be good. Put some butter on both sides. Put the peanut butter and jelly in the middle. Panini-eyes it.
Panini eyes.
Yep.
Bruh.
You know, go like a crispy, toasty, like peanut butter and jelly.
That would either be really good or really gross.
I don't think it'd be gross at all. I don't. You know what we haven't done in it yet? Just a grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese, yeah. We don't have hamburger pickles.
We don't need hamburger pickles.
Yeah, we do.
You just need like margarine and bread and cheese.
I'm craving the hamburger pickles on the sandwich. It makes the sandwich totally different.
Well, see, I like tomato soup. See, I love a couple of grilled cheeses with some tomato soup.
How about you have all the tomato soup?
And you can have all the hamburger pickles.
There we go.
Yeah, and then we'll be happy.
Do you not like the hamburger pickles?
I like them. I just like a straight up grilled cheese, though.
For me, it's the pickles are a necessity.
Yeah, I'm just a straight up grilled cheese guy.
Well, to each his own.
So I got the crap beat out of me today.
Doing what? Oh, wait.
Right now, the listeners are like, was Chris been going to the wrong side of town, or what's he doing? That's the chiropractor. It's the chiropractor. I go like once a week, and it's just like, all right, turn over. Okay, I got you. I won't let you fall. Crack, 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 crack. And he's like, okay, flip over. And I'm like, give me a second. And I'm being legit. I've got to like sit there for a second before I even think about moving. It's just excruciatingly painful.
Does the cracking feel good, though? Like once the joints are cracked?
It's a relief once he's done like jumping up and down on me. Because he literally like he smushes me, and then he like gets airborne and lands on me.
Wow, so he's like a ninja.
He's like a wrestler. He's like a pro wrestler doing like the people's
Body
elbow
slam.
on me. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
There should be a commentator in there.
That's funny. There should be. That would be good. That'd make a good YouTube video. And he wins every time. He drives me crazy.
The Top, broadcasting live to at least 3 people on Spreaker.com.
It's your love for a song.
My name is Elena, and I'm an independent artist.
My name is Chelsea Nicole, and I am an independent
My name is
artist.
Austin Forcier. I'm with Monday's Mona Lisa, and I am an independent
My
artist.
name is Lauren Anderson, and I am an independent artist. I am an independent artist.
The air we breathe is free.
Hugs are free.
Daydreaming is free.
A thunderstorm is free.
It's true, some of the best things in life are free.
My passion, however, has a price.
Think before you download illegally.
Please do not steal my dream.
Do not.
Do not.
Please do not steal my dream.
Dancing with your best friends. Melody pulling on your heartstrings. You laugh, you cry, you wanna sing along. It's your love for a song.
This has been a Chris Top production.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program. Take it from the top.
Did you ever think you could afford an interior designer?
No, way too expensive. Besides, I've got style.
If you had style, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Ouch. Interior designers are for rich people.
Magnolia Emporium.
Magnolia Aquarium? Is that like for some crazy flower fish?
No, Magnolia Emporium. Randy's clients range from nurses and teachers to musicians, actors, and even some royalty thrown in there.
Oh, I'd be on the royalty side.
You really don't have any swag, do you?
No, I don't.
That's where Randy comes in. He listens to exactly what you want, whether it's spoken or unspoken.
Okay, if you mean he can read my mind, there's lots of things I don't want Randy to know.
No, he has a great feel for what he does.
Okay, where can I find Magnolia Emporium?
Just go to magnoliaemporium.com.
We want your space to reflect your success.
You are absolutely, positively, 100% for sure in the right place. This is the Chris Top program. Sup?
Oh, you did my intro.
I did.
Because I wasn't paying
I stole
attention.
your thunder, didn't I? It's because you were texting.
I wasn't texting.
You're going to get a cramp in your neck.
Look, I
Like
was doing work.
What?
Okay? I was working.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is radio time right here, Miss Ryder. Miss Ryder Pants.
I can't help myself anymore.
I know. Alyssa asked a good question. She said, can people listen live right now? Yeah, they can listen live
yeah.
on the ChrisTopProgram.com right now as we speak. Then after it's over, no worries if you miss it, because you can catch it on iHeart, you can catch it on Player FM, on Spreaker, on Stitcher, and Blueberry. There's like 1,000 other places.
Blueberry.
I mean, there's not 1,000 places, but there's a few. There's a
thousand.
couple. A couple. So, Alyssa, I freaking missed the crap out of you.
Well, you know what? I feel exactly the same.
Oh, good. Now, you've been like all over the world and doing stuff and busy. I feel insignificant sometimes when I stalk you.
Well, that's really sweet, but don't do that. Don't feel...
Things just got really awkward on
I
the
know.
show.
I do that.
I did not know how to answer that question.
Well, it's not really a question, I guess.
So where do you want to start with? Like just the traveling stuff?
Well, there's a lot of things to talk with you about. Now, some things that stood out, because the last time we talked was like 3 years ago.
Yes.
And that was the first time we talked. I believe we did a live interview at the CMA Fest.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so it hasn't quite been 3, but things have happened with you.
So many things.
Okay, and I just want to bring them all up, or a few of them up at once, then you can fill in any gaps of anything I missed, then we'll go back and talk about them. Is that cool?
That sounds great. Sure.
Okay, so when we first talked, you were basically everybody else in Nashville playing writers' rounds.
Yes.
Okay, so between then and now, I've seen motivational speaker. I've seen Image 1228.
You got Image 1228.
Image 1228. And now probably the biggest news that I've seen so far, there's an engagement going on.
You got it.
Okay, so those are the high points, right?
Yes, those are super high points. Yes.
Okay, so let's start with the love life first.
Okay.
Because I'm totally interested. Now, where did you meet this guy?
I met him in Nashville.
Uh-oh.
And
player?
we met. I think it was probably March or May of 2012. It was a little bit after I'd moved to town, and we became really good friends and started playing in each other's bands. And just initially, he had actually hit on me, and I turned him down.
Oh, you shut him down, I bet.
I shut him down because I was really just looking for. I just wanted to have. When I first moved to town, I had blinders on, and I was like, no guys, no freaking no messing around. You're here for a reason. You got to work your butt off. So I did, and when he hit on me, I told him no. I'm just like, look, I'm just looking for friends. I'm focused, and he's actually the only guy friend of mine that never turned around and tried to hit on me another time. He actually listened to me.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so was it the hard to get thing? Is that how he got you?
No, it was me being smart eventually. I was dumb for so many years, and I came around and told him that my feelings are changing for you, and I kind of want to know what it means and where it goes. And within a couple weeks, we're just obsessed with each other, spending every second together, and fell in love, within that month, and head over heels, and 11 months later, engaged.
Wow. So you've been officially dating for how long?
Officially dating for February 3rd will be a year.
Okay, and then you've been engaged for 11 months.
I've been engaged since November 1st.
Okay, and you've known each other for 6 years.
Correct.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. You've been kind of playing it slow. So is there a date set for the wedding?
Yes, we're going to be getting married on September 1st.
September 1st of this year.
Of this year.
Holy crap! Boom! Oh my goodness, that's going to happen fast, man.
So it's going to be coming around pretty quickly.
Now, are you going to be getting married in Nashville or in the area, or are you going somewhere else?
We are going to be getting married in Sun Valley, Idaho.
In Sun Valley, Idaho. Okay, so why Idaho?
So my dad bought a house there in 91, and my brother and I have been going there to snowboard or ski or just visit him or do like a little family vacation ever since then. And when he bought the house, I noticed how beautiful the backyard was, just even from when I was a young kid. I think I was like 11 or 13 or something like that back then. And I just remember thinking, if I ever am going to get married, I want to get married in this backyard, because I'm not a super religious person, and I don't really have a lot of connections with churches and stuff. So I really needed somewhere that was going to make me feel comfortable, as well as my spouse, when we were deciding, where to get married. And we both were like, hands down, that's the place. Oh my gosh, so excited. And he loved the country since he's from Ohio. So it was perfect.
Now, are you going to honeymoon in Idaho? Because I don't know if that's exciting.
No, we're not.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't decided fully yet. We've gone back and forth between Thailand, Belize, and Jamaica. And I think Belize is looking like the winner, but we haven't decided yet.
Looking pretty good for Belize. All right, all right. So if you need anybody to tag along and just help out with anything in Belize, just let me know.
Bruh.
Honestly, if you guys can start stretching now, you can fit into a suitcase probably in the next 8 months. So just work really hard on that, and it should be just fine.
Okay, we'll do it. Okay, so there was something else that I left out when I was mentioning everything. You've been doing a lot of hosting on different televised programs and stuff like that.
Yes, I have. I've hosted 3 different TV shows now since moving to Nashville. The first one was Balcony TV, and still is Balcony TV. That's one I've been hosting for the longest. This year in May, I'll be celebrating my 4 years with them. Okay. And that's so much fun because I get the opportunity to interview other artists without having a script to follow. So I get to say and do and act however I want, and it's
so through experience, I've learned that can either go really great or really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Now, luckily for me, it always goes great because I really love that particular. I love that job. I love being put on the spot. I love people asking me questions that I'm not prepared for. It's just been really, really, really fun to host balcony TV. And if people want to go find out, which videos I hosted, if they go to YouTube and they type in Alyssa Jacey balcony TV, they can find all the videos I've hosted. And then that's one of them. And then the second one was Talent Watch, and that lasted 2 years. It's no longer running live, but once a week you can still find those videos on local TV. Actually, they want to look up Talent Watch, or you can find it on Roku and
we have Roku.
Amazon Prime, I think.
We have Roku. We're gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, have Roku, or look it up on Roku. The thing with Talent Watch, though, that I really liked it, but what was hard for me is that I didn't get to be off the cuff. I had to actually read a script off a teleprompter. And that just made it a little bit less fun, I guess. But
sure.
And then the other one I only hosted for a few months, and they're not even worth really bringing up. So,
well, I've had a chance to go back and watch some of your stuff, and you seem very natural. You look beautiful doing your thing, and
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there could be. Are you looking at possibly making? I guess everything you do is involved together. So I mean, it's moving you forward no matter what you focus on at the time, I guess.
I missed that that was a question.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's more of a statement, because everything you're doing it has to do with the entertainment industry. So no matter what you focus on, I guess in the moment, I guess it still moves you forward in your career.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I moved here for a reason, and the reason was find yourself being happy, doing what you love, whatever that involves. So if that means not only playing music, but hosting TV shows that have to do with, playing music or being a musical artist, or owning a business that does career coaching and mentoring for other artists, or booking live music for hotels and hosting writers' nights. I mean, whatever the case is, all those things are going to help me and push me forward just in life in general, as well as music.
And you're a great example too, because there are a lot of people out there that love the industry, but they don't have the talent that you have. So I mean, there's so many other things they can do.
Totally.
Yes, and you've been all over the place. I mean, since I guess you first went to, it was California, wasn't it? Like in early 2000s, I think. You went there to work on hip hop, I think.
When I moved to LA?
Yeah. You went to Los Angeles to work on hip hop.
You got it. Yeah, I moved there. It was 2003 when I moved to LA from San Diego.
Yeah, so I mean, you've kind of been all over the place with this stuff, but I guess you found your niche though with entertaining. Now, what's your first love at this point of your life? Is it going to be entertaining? Is it going to be hosting? Is it going to be developing other artists? Writing? I mean, if you had to settle for one or two things, what would they be?
My God, this is like such a hard. This is maybe the hardest question anyone's ever going to ask me, because the all-encompassing entertainment part. I love making people laugh. I love making people feel. I love connecting with people. So I guess the number one thing I love is just sheer entertainment. If that means hosting a TV show or performing, I love doing both.
So you like that people connection. That's what keeps you going.
Exactly. And that's, and I think that's really, neither one is first or second, but the mentoring and coaching thing, like I love working with other people, and especially when I have that same background that they're about to start, I guess. And I like being able to share roads that you don't want to go down, and share, hopefully like get their goals all lined up for them to actually complete them, and instead of for them going to someone else that hasn't had this kind of same experience, starting from the ground up without a manager, without a booking agent, without anybody else to help. And that's why I started that business, so I can teach these artists to do a lot of it on their own until they get to the point where they really can't have it. They can't do anything anymore by themselves, and they have to have that help.
I'm so freaking proud of you. I mean, you've come so far.
Thanks.
Yeah, since we met you. I mean, you were already a superstar to us when we first met you, but I mean, you've done so much. And what do you think's most important as far as a music career goes? Do you think it's actual talent, or do you think it's good business sense?
I mean, if I had to pick one over the other, maybe a little bit more business, but you have to have both. I mean, there's really no denying that you really do have to have both. But I think if you're a savvy business person and you know how to get a lot of things done on your own, as well as utilize the small amount of larger contacts that you do have, and making sure that you're not going to them for help all the time, or you only ask for their help when you really, really need it. But yeah, you got to be sharp on the business side. And you can always work on your talent in the meantime. I think it's harder. I think maybe it's harder to be on the business side when you're a creative person. And the reason why I'm saying I think that is because the experience that I've had meeting all these different artists since I've been here. I mean, I've booked over 3,000 artists, singer-songwriters, and bands in the time that I've been in Nashville. And listening to them, they're all so creative, and they prefer to only work on their craft, which I understand, and they hate the booking aspect. They hate the negotiation part. They hate anything to do with business or promoting their shows. And
it sounds like me, dude. I love to talk on the radio, but I hate the business side.
You're keeping it real.
Tell me why that is for you.
Why is it for me?
Why
I don't know. I love what I do, and I tell everybody all the time, I would just continue to do it for free for the rest of my life. I don't have to make money doing this. It would be great to make a living doing it, but it's almost like, for me, it's just hard to go up to somebody and say, hey, pay me for this,
Right.
I don't know. I just don't want to do it. I mean, luckily, though, I've got a decent sponsor. I've got a good sponsor for the CMA Fest that helps out with that. But
Handy Randy.
Yeah, aside from that, I don't know. I like sitting in my boxers and making my own schedule and doing my own thing. And
yeah,
it's kind of it's just kind of fun.
You can really be that. I mean, isn't that great?
Yeah. So what color is the wedding dress going to be? I think I have an idea.
Okay. So I love this question too, because everyone has been half expecting me to like come out in this completely royal blue,
That's exactly what I'm expecting. Yes.
Yes, and I really have thought about it. Believe me, I have put some time into it. I might have even gone on Google and researched blue wedding dresses, but this is the only time I will ever be getting married, and this is the only time the white dress will make this much sense. And so what I did, I already got it. It was the easiest, most fun process too, which I'd love to give like a 20-second speech about, but but I decided against it. So white dress, but what I'm going to do is I have like a couple blue pieces I'm putting in my hair. I'm going to have like a little blue sparkly eyeliner things. I might even put little blue stitching into parts of the dress, and I think I'm going to get either a blue veil or a white veil with like blue trimming on the bottom.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be beautiful.
Mm-hmm. We have our wedding invitations. Of course, they're blue, and we're asking everyone to show up in blue too. We want everyone to be in blue.
So there'll still be an overdose of blue.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, we have all the lighting is gonna like blue and white. We have, like, oh my gosh, it's blue overkill for anyone who has a stick brain.
Does your house have a lot of blue decorations in it? I'm just curious.
It totally does.
Knew it.
Dude, Allie, one of the most fun things for me as a host when people come over is to watch their initial reaction when they open the door. They're like, "Of course!"
blue, 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 blue.
Every wall's a different shade of blue, and they're like, "Yeah, of course your house looks like this."
Is your furniture blue?
No, but actually some of it is. I got a large like turquoise area rug. When you walk in, it's turquoise, tan, and brown. So there's like a lot of tan and brown furniture, but with a huge turquoise rug. I've got a couple blue chairs. Some of it.
That's so
My
great.
outdoor patio furniture is blue.
I knew it.
She's got to invite us over for dinner sometime so we can come see it.
I would love that. Oh my gosh.
I'm right now I'm smiling from ear to ear because I got to geek out for a second. I'm thinking about this character on this show that really, really like called Breaking Bad, and there's a character who's obsessed with purple, and it just ties in for me.
You know what's so funny is I revert instantly to like 4.5-year-old Alyssa, and like whenever anyone says something about purple, I'm like, meh. Like that's the nemesis
Okay, so we've got 3 songs that I definitely want to play, but I've got something else is kind of on my mind too, and this could be good advice for people that are listening. I want to talk to business Alyssa just for a second.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay, so say a potential client comes up to you and they want you to now you promote. Do you promote? Yeah, do you promote or do you? I know you book people, right?
Well, so that I removed that from my offerings last year. No, because the booking thing to do as much as I was doing it, and then for myself as well. Oh my gosh, it just got to be like I was never leaving my laptop, and I wanted to throw it out the window about 18 times a day. So
yeah,
I took that off. So now what I'm doing, I'm really focusing on like all-encompassing career coaching, mentoring, one-on-one. So
okay. So if somebody comes to you and they just literally don't have any talent, say they're just horrible, what do you tell them?
Okay, so I don't work with people who I think are not ready yet, and I would use that I would just say that in a very sensitive way, because I know how I was when I first started, and I know how I am now, and I definitely have grown very thick skin, but it takes a long time, and I still get offended sometimes or like hurt when certain things or whatever are said. So you have to be kind of graceful and careful with the way that you talk to someone who either you can tell is not serious or just not there yet. So I might say something like, thank you for sharing your music with me, and I can see you're extremely serious about your career. I think what you probably could work on first before coming to me is X, Y, and Z. And if you need someone for me to direct you to help you with those things, please let me know. And then I'll wait until they may or may not come back to me.
Sure, and that's a great approach. And what I love about you is you don't just sit there and take their money knowing they're not good.
Right.
Nope, I can't because I can't. I have a freaking soul and a conscience, and I'm here.
Sure.
I'm here for a reason, and that the teaching reason. And the reason is I can't help someone who doesn't have drive and doesn't have talent.
Sure, because I see that a lot. I see people being taken advantage of. Just investing all this money into what they love doing, but they're just not good at it. And they're not going to get anywhere, and just people take their money, and it just drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be honest, I was not good when I first started, and it was, and I knew that. The only reason why I started singing is just because people told me, when they hear you, we've had this conversation already, but for the people who have not heard this, I was overheard singing to myself at work, and my friends convinced me to sing karaoke, and that's literally how my whole career started. And maybe I could carry a tune back then, I guess, but I certainly was not anywhere close to where I am now, and still people took a chance on me. And so that's what I have to remember.
Well, yeah, but that's true. But and a lot of people, you can see potential, you can see it in them, but some people just do not have it, and it's obvious. And I see these people making videos and recording songs, and it's
like,
just,
what are you doing?
It's just not going to work, And maybe I'm being too pessimistic when it comes to that. But I just feel like sometimes these people just need that person to tell them, hey, do something else. Do something else, Mm-hmm. But anyway.
You have, yeah, exactly. And you're doing them a disservice if you're dishonest with them.
Yes. Absolutely. But anyway, okay, so we got 3 songs, and it makes me so mad because I like to put them in order of my least favorite to my most favorite, and you made this incredibly hard for me.
That's really nice to hear. Thanks.
I put it in order of my favorite to my most favorite. I'll just say it like that.
Favorite to your most favorite, okay.
Yes. So we've got 3 songs. You want to take a guess at which one I'm going to start with?
Yeah, okay, so from your favorite to your most favorite, I'm going to say I think you did The Light first, then Keep Around, then I Want It to Rain.
Meh.
Ah!
I'm going to start with Keep Around.
Okay.
So tell me about this one. Where did it come from?
I love telling this story. My fiance hates it when I tell this story. So you tell me how you take it. But the truth is, this is the only song I've ever written as trying to put myself in the male mindset. So I had been kind of seeing someone when I wrote this song, and I would often hear how great I am and all these wonderful things, and out of nowhere I find out that he moved back home, several states away, and never told me.
Wait, what? And you were kind of seeing this guy, and then he just disappears.
Just up and left?
Yes.
What the heck?
What did you do to him?
He had told me when we first started seeing each other that there was a chance that he was going to be taking another job and moving back home, but he really liked it here and he kind of wanted to stay. But it was really, really just a brand new thing. In hindsight, I really shouldn't have been so distraught about it, but as a girl and as a woman in her 30s, you get hopeful and excited to meet someone, and then they move. So
they're just gone. Scared him
petty. That's petty.
It's pretty lame, and I got an apology text afterward.
Oh, really?
Bruh.
Yeah.
He sent you the text.
Sent me as a text.
Message.
Yep.
Oh,
sad.
So my bottle of wine and I went into my favorite Royal Blue music room and picked up my guitar and started messing around. And I'm like, I'm going to write a song in the mindset of a dude, because if I were a guy and I met someone like me, I'd want to keep her around. And how would I express that? So this song is me as a guy knowing that if I meet this woman who is wonderful in all the right ways, I'm not going to let her go. I'm going to keep her around.
So you had to temporarily identify as a male.
Yes.
Okay. To write Keep Around. This is Alyssa Jacey right here on the Chris Top program.
When she bats her lashes, you pay attention. She sang with her eyes what she'd never mentioned. Hear it in her laugh, see it in her smile. She's the girl you keep around for a while. Hate to let her go, but you love to watch her leave. Gets more beautiful every time you meet. Notices when you go the extra mile. Yeah, she's the girl you keep around for a while. 'Cause when it works, there are no explanations or complications. It feels just like walking on air. No overthinking, just constant reeling, lost in lover's stare. Tonight, she's the girl you keep around for a while. Can't fall asleep 'cause she's all you think about. Never known the feeling of no doubt. So you'd rather not sleep a wink to get her off your mind. 'Cause she's the girl you keep around for a while. 'Cause when it works, there are no explanations or complications. It feels just like walking on air. No overthinking, just constant reeling, lost in lover's stare. Tonight, she's the girl you keep around for a while. Keep her around, keep her around, oh. Keep her around, keep her around, yeah. Two years felt like eternity. To ask, will you spend your life with me? Wanna see her white dress float down the 'cause she's the girl you kept around for a while. Yeah, she's the girl you'll keep around for a while. 'Cause when it works, there are no explanations or complications. It feels just like walking on air. No overthinking, just constant reeling, lost in lovers stare. Tonight, she's the girl you keep around for a while. She's the girl you keep around. When she bats her lashes, you pay attention.
And that's Keep Around, Alyssa Jacey, right here on the Chris Top program.
That was pretty.
It is just a pretty song.
I'm digging it.
And it's got a great message. It's nice knowing, too, a little bit more about, behind the scenes stuff, too, that went into it. Because when I first... Yeah, and when I first heard it, because I know you, to me, your genre leans a little more toward pop. Is that right? You're a pop artist.
I mean, yeah, like all encompassing, I suppose so. But I never say just pop. I always say like acoustic singer songwriter, pop with a little bit of soul. It's just so hard to describe it.
And I love the 3 songs that you sent me because it really shows different varieties. Because to me, that one's probably the one that's leaning more toward, I guess, maybe country music.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, and then we've got one that's just totally pop.
Yep.
And then we've got one that's blues.
Yep.
Yes, and I'm not going to tell you which one's my favorite one yet.
Bruh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you'll know after we play the second one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we'll get to that.
Nervous.
We'll get to that in a second. So
Okay.
My favorite color is blue. Now, obviously, that's your favorite color, but there's something else behind that too. There's a reason.
Yeah, it's kind of like 3-part. It started when I was 16, and I discovered a color called highlight blue pearl, and my world exploded. I painted my car that color. I started buying a bunch at the time blue furniture. I was only attracted to guys who wore blue shirts, which was a very
That's so weird.
That's great.
That's just weird.
I think there's something really wrong with me, you guys.
There might be, but it's okay though. We still love you.
I'm glad. I hope that lasts. And then I turned it. So that's the first part was just me being obsessed with it. The second part was in 2005 when I started playing music and playing shows. I was like, well, what can I do to make myself stand out more? Because I'm a female singer-songwriter, big whoop. Brown curly hair, big whoop. I sing like this, big whoop. Well, what else can I do? And I was like, well, shoot, people already know me as a girl who's pretty obsessed with blue. I came up with the term bring the crew and wear your blue. So that gave me a reason to always dress in blue to every one of my shows and then have my fans come dressed in blue. And that was my way of trying to connect even more, and then also being selfish because I could stare at you wearing blue.
That's pretty
awesome.
smart. That's pretty smart.
And then a third thing happened. The year I started singing, my grandma passed away, and she never got to see a show, and she died from Alzheimer's. And I told myself that if I ever were to be able to make enough income or have the ability somehow, some way to give back to a charity, it would be for Alzheimer's. And so I decided when I moved to Nashville, it was my second year here where I started to, it was like month 13 where I started to make anything really. And since 2013, I've been donating to Alzheimer's either $1 from ticket sales or CD sales from people who come dressed head to toe in blue. You can't just show up wearing blue jeans. You actually do have to try. I'll donate $1 for those who do that. And then I also have an app on my phone called Charity Miles. When I go on my runs outside, it's an app that allows you to donate to your favorite charity for however far you run. So I'm always donating to Alzheimer's as many ways as I can.
And you seem like you're very fit, so you can run a long way.
Well, it depends on the week. I think sometimes I'm pretty fit and sometimes I'm as lazy as hell and I don't go very far.
Now, do you still do the whole hip hop thing? Do you still dance?
I do, but so rarely. A girlfriend of mine, Kira Hooks, who I happen to think has, I mean, dude, you wanna hear a voice? Holy absolute hell. You look up this woman. She belongs in every top jazz club in New York, and like.
Oh, I'd love to hear her.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, so she just hired me to choreograph for her music video coming up. So I'll be doing some dancing in her video and choreographing for it next month.
So that's something else on your resume.
And yes, because
how can I ever compete with you, Alyssa?
I don't know, man. You got to. This is if you were my client. So I just had a meeting with a potential client late last week, and one of the things I told him, because he's like, I really need multiple streams of income. All I know how to do is play guitar and like sing a little bit. And so I was like, well, if you hire me, that's one of the things I would do. I'd sit down with you, Chris, or this other person, and talk about all of your passions. Things will come up that you think have nothing to do with what we're talking about, and that's how I can get out of you what your other passions and talents are, and then I help you cultivate, hopefully making a little bit of money from that, whatever that is. So this is just another.
Maybe we should set up a consultation with Alyssa.
Yeah, right. She'll tell us to not let our dreams be dreams.
Yeah, the only thing that I think I have up on her is I probably have the looks. I probably got her beat on the looks, but that's about it.
Well, that's obvious. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a known thing.
Right.
Okay, so we've got a couple of more songs. I want to bring up, because I had a flashback just earlier when we were talking, because when we showed up and met you for the first time in person, I guess the first time we met you, period, was at the Commodore Grill. We were there to see Elena perform. And Allie showed up, and now we talked to you. We'd already had you on the show, I think.
I was wearing blue.
Yeah, and she had blue hair. Do you remember
a blue
that?
wig.
Yes, I do remember that. Yes, of course I do.
How could you forget?
Yeah, exactly.
I just had a big flash. I think we still got pictures of that. We need to post those sometime.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because that's when I learned that you, like, don't touch me in my no-no place.
Right.
Or like,
this is my no-no square. You cannot touch me there.
Yeah, that.
That one, that song. Okay, so the next song we're going to play, and this is my second most favorite. This one's called I Want It to Rain.
I was wondering. Okay. I totally got that wrong.
So what's up with this song?
I am an extremely literal writer, and if you really want to know what has happened in Alyssa Jacey's life, just listen to my music, because there are very, very, very few songs where I don't write about something that actually did happen to me. So this is one of those very literal songs where it was two years ago. I even remember it was like October or November, and I had been since I've been in Nashville, I was kind of seeing someone on and off like the whole time. It was kind of like a friends with benefits thing, but it never got odd, it never got weird. Like and we're still friends to this day. And there was a house party he had, and so the night before this song was written, I'm over at this house party, and one of his girlfriends comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, do you see the way that so and so watches you?" And I'm like, "Don't say that, man. He's just my friend." And she's like, "No. He never brings any girls over here. You're the only one. And if you haven't seen the way that he watches you and waits for you to come back in the room when you leave, like, you're crazy." And so I just kept that in my mind. So one of the first lyrics in the beginning is like, I leave the room and you wonder how long till I come back. And it's his place is on the water. So if you hear me mention, being outside or watching the water, like, it's all about that night and with this particular person. And we were never in love, but it's essentially that kind of story where you'd rather be indoors with the person that you care about. Like, you want it to rain so you can just cancel all the rest of your plans and snuggle in bed all day.
I can definitely relate to that. I love like our snow days or anything like that. Yeah.
And I encourage people to watch this music video, because thanks to my fans, I was able to raise the money to record this song with the producer I wanted to record with, and make this music video. So a huge thank you to my fans who donated to make this music video and song come to fruition.
Well, say when I'm ready to go and buy a copy of I Want It to Rain, where do I find it?
You want to do that pretty quickly, because I'm about to take I'm actually about to take most, if not all, of my music offline, and we can get to that later. So if you want to get a copy,
I was going to ask you about that. I'm curious.
What's that?
I was going to ask you about that because I saw your post on that.
We for sure will get into that. Okay. So I Want It to Rain right now will be on, it'll be still on iTunes through the end of the year, but there's a chance it'll be gone by December or January. So go to iTunes to buy it. You can go to like Amazon Music. I mean, I Want It to Rain is on every platform right now. You can stream it on Spotify and Pandora, but again, it will be leaving. So if you want it, buy it ASAP.
Gotcha. Okay. I Want It to Rain, Alyssa Jacey. Go get it now before it's gone.
Watching you watch me back, 'cause you don't realize that I realize what you're staring at, and I can't wait to get in your arms, baby, 'cause I know that's when there's no turning back. So I wanted to rain, I wish you were home. Anything to keep us indoors. Lay here alone, leave us in bed. Oh baby, I'll be your woman, and you'll be my man. Thank you for showing me what it's like to have a best friend and a lover at the same time. I love waking up like frog next to you, and I'll take any excuse not to move. So I wanted to rain, I wish you were home. Anything to keep us indoors. Lay here alone, leave us in bed. Oh baby, I'll be your woman, and you'll be my man. You'll always have all those memories, and that won't change no matter what life brings. You may go one way and I'll go the other, but we know we'll always end up with each other. Oh, I wanted to rain, I wish you were home. Anything to keep us in life. Lay here alone, leave us in bed. Oh baby, I'll be your woman, your man. You'll be my man. I'll be your woman, and you'll be my man.
You know what got me about this song? It's just catchy as crap. It'll be stuck in my head like the rest of the day now. And I guess that's what a good song does. I guess.
That's definitely the idea, the hope.
Oh, I almost forgot. I was going to tell you something. You met my daughter a while back. Do you remember
Yes, I
that?
did.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I think I guess, I don't know how it went down, but you were sitting at the same table, and then I guess you just figured out she was my daughter.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe she might have said Top or something. I was like, Chris Top?
I thought that was cool, though, because she loves you to death.
Oh, yay!
Yeah,
awesome.
she was all like, I see you got Alyssa on the show. Yeah, I got her on the show. She goes, yeah, she's really sweet. And I was like, do you know her? And she goes, yeah, I hung out with her a little bit. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is super cool. Well, please tell her hello and thank you for that.
Well, I definitely will. I'm sure she'll be listening to this as well.
What's up, girl?
So what?
What's up, girl?
That's girl talk. See, it's just like, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Okay. So if I want to stalk you, like, where's the best place to start?
I think following me on Facebook and Instagram are where you're going to get the most juicy gossip.
Okay. So are you more, so those are your favorite two?
Yes, you can follow me on Facebook. My page to like is under Alyssa Jacey Music, and Instagram the same thing at Alyssa Jacey Music. I tweet pretty much everything I Instagram, so follow me on Twitter if you want to. But I just think that's a useless source of nonsense. I'm not really a huge fan of Twitter. I think it does the same thing that Instagram does, but in a lesser cool way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just my opinion. And then I like kind of everything else. I'm on YouTube. I don't know what else there is, but all that crap, I'm on it.
So if they go to alyssajaceymusic.com, they can find all the links to everywhere else.
AlyssaJacey.com.
AlyssaJacey.com. That's ALYSSA JACEY.
You got it.
.com. Okay. So as far as 2018 goes, now I know you're not going to tell me everything, but what can you tell me? Like, as far as I know you're going to be writing songs and stuff like that, but are you going to be actually touring and going places, or what's going on? What EPs coming out, LPs, what?
Okay, so because I have released 8 albums and 7 singles in the 13 or 14 years that I've been in music, I am not recording right now. Mm-hmm. At the moment. Doesn't mean I will not, but I'm taking a little bit of a break of that. I am not playing a lot locally, and touring. I will be touring. I have a lot of stuff happening starting mostly June through the end of the year. So a lot of this first 6 months of the year, I'm focusing on more writing than anything else.
Now, is this because you're in love?
No, it has nothing to do with that, actually.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
This is every December, January, and February. I usually am in a funk around this time in Nashville when it gets cold and gross and you don't really want to go anywhere, and that seasonal stuff. Shockingly, I know that you probably don't believe this, but it does affect me. And usually I would be slow right now on purpose and then vamping right back up like late February. But I'm actually not in a funk this year at all. I feel quite differently.
Well, that's good. I can't even picture you in a funk.
Right.
No, it happens. I promise you. Okay. I promise it's real. It does happen. But this year I don't have that at all. I feel like this is going to be a very different year for me than what I've been doing. And every single year is different in general because I moved here and I didn't really have any jobs lined up, and then next thing you know, I'm hosting all these writers' nights, and then 1 year later, I'm hosting TV shows, and 1 year later, I started a business, and that next year, I'm touring Europe, and so like, what's next, you know?
Yeah.
And
it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It's I don't know if it's getting bigger and bigger. It's just definitely it's changing every year. I'm adding something else that I think for that particular time in my career, in my life, is important. So I have not co-written a lot the last 2 years. That's kind of all I did when I first moved here, because that's what I hear you have to do, which is true. I would tell that to everybody. Get together with people and write as much as you can. But so the first 6 months, I'm focusing on writing just better songs, being a better writer. And second to that, taking down my music. And I can't tell you why, but...
Well, I thought you were going to tell me why.
My first initial reaction is, what the heck? Why would you do that? That's not using wisdom.
I know. It's hard to talk. I can't really say right now, but I will be letting people know very soon, and it will be probably a large involvement with my fans when I do announce what is happening. But in the meantime, I've already taken down one of my most popular singles. It's called Don't Fight the Love, and you could still buy it if you buy my album Destined. You can still find Don't Fight the Love there, but it's now officially off, and you can't purchase that one link anymore. And then starting the 2nd of February, the next album coming down, the full-length album, Here's to Change. That was my first full-length album I released in 2010, and that's going to be coming down in like a very short amount of time.
Is there a reason to this madness?
I think I might have an idea, but I'm not going to discuss it. I might have an idea, but I'm not going to discuss it.
I'm starting to think of some conspiracy theories myself.
So get your music now.
I think she wants to tell us, but she just can't.
Mm-hmm. I want to, and I just gotta wait until.
Okay. I'm not going to try to pry it too much now. And you mentioned June. I know CMA Fest is in June. Is there something hot going on then?
It's not to do with CMA Fest. June happens to be a very big month for me, as like in life and in music. First things first, I usually go back home to San Diego every May or June. Mm-hmm. And so I was going to be going back in May this year, but my wedding dress, since it's getting custom made, will not be ready until June. Mm-hmm. So I'm coming back to I bought it in San Diego, where I'm from. So I'm going back in June to pick up my wedding dress. I'll play some shows. My maid of honor / best friend will have just had her baby. So I want to go for like a post-wedding shower. And I just had an incredible conversation yesterday with what's his title here? Hold on, I have it. General manager at a hotel in Hawaii. And I'm usually playing at the Hard Rock Cafe in Honolulu every 4 years, and this is year 4, so I wanted to go back anyway. And I've been offered some really nice gigs to play at this really nice new hotel in Honolulu. So June is going to be a big month of traveling to San Diego and Hawaii and playing all month, like probably the first 3 weeks. And then we come home for 2 days and go to Ohio for Judd's sister's wedding and playing shows through 4th of July.
Everybody's getting married. And
everybody's getting married.
So freaking busy.
We're literally on the road pretty much nonstop starting that June.
So you're not going to be around at all for CMA Fest?
We're going to try that 28th. We're going to try to be, or not try to, we will be home for that day. We're going to try to do CMA Fest for the 28th. So I didn't know if you had room on your lineup there.
I haven't even started booking yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this down now, the 28th. Well, CMA Fest, though, I feel like that's usually around the 1st of June.
Oh. You know who I'm thinking of? Sorry, I'm thinking of NAMM. We'll be in town for NAMM. Okay, so the CMA
Fest. It's usually
Fest,
like the second week of June, like June 10th, 11th, 12th. And
you're right. I was off by that. Then we will not. We more than likely will not be here.
That bums me out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you got other stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Still. I do. But if something if something does come up and you're going to be around that during that time, I will squeeze you in no matter what. Mm-hmm. You just let me know. Because I always got your back.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, so 2018 plans, we don't really know a whole lot because you won't tell us. You won't tell us why you're taking your songs down.
Writing a lot and traveling a lot and not saying anything else.
Okay. So we've got one more. Oh, wait. First, I do have a question.
Well, there's a question?
Yes, there is a question. Let me go over here. This is from Heisenberg. I don't know where Heisenberg is from. He says, is there any color that you like besides blue? He says, I do have to say, though, blue is also my favorite color. So I mean, yeah, are your clothes any different colors, or are they just all blue?
Yes. My second favorite color is gray. I wear a lot of gray.
Well, that's a pretty big difference, though, between blue and gray, I guess.
Yeah. Isn't it? I don't know. So I would think some people would tell me, like, well, those are kind of two, sad colors or whatever. But I'm just like, well, not to me. They're not.
They're good colors, and they go well together. So. Yeah.
That's all I have is gray T-shirts. That's all I have.
That's black. Thing. Black is a very close third. I love the color black.
Well, black and blue kind of go really well together, I think.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to tell you about. I just remembered something. But yeah, black and blue go great together. That's my outfit for my shows every single time. Black and blue.
It's great.
That was it. She was so excited. It's like, oh, that was what I was going to tell you.
I thought there was some big update.
Okay, so
NAMM, I was playing a guitar at NAMM at Martin, and they liked what I was doing and gave me their card. And as I told them, I was looking for, I wanted to get an artist deal with whoever I could, whoever I could talk to. And so I was playing the guitar. They liked what I did. After a couple different email exchanges and what have you, I was offered an artist deal, and I have a custom guitar being made via Martin coming here soon. And
how
it's gonna
sweet
have
is that?
Bada bing, bada bang, bada
It's gonna
boom.
be awesome. What?
How sweet is that?
Dude, I am so excited. It's a D35, like the best Martin guitar there is right now, and it's gonna have blue all over the place and like one of my lyrics, my logo. Like I'm so excited.
And I'm guessing you're going to take a lot of pictures and post those, right?
Of course.
You better believe it. I'll probably do like a concert window and play it the day that I get it. Play it live so people can hear it. Yeah.
Now you look so pretty in those promotional pictures that you sent me. Who took those?
What did I send you?
The blue, the blue one with no, not the. I mean the Drowning Me cover. I think is what it was. I don't know what it was. Hang on, let me find it. I've got it here.
Was it I Want It to Rain?
I think that's what it was.
We tried
let me just
hard
look.
to be smooth.
Yeah, it's the
I
Want It to Rain. You look so
album
pretty in that because your hair's kind of
Yeah.
messy and you got your hand up over your ear.
That was a selfie.
No.
I took that. And
Okay,
I
now she's a
made
freaking
that-
photographer too.
Come on. Teach me your ways.
Now the blue hat that you have on.
I love that hat.
You're a hat person.
Definitely not a selfie. One of Jut's photographer friends took that one.
Okay.
The
But
thing
it's
about
probably
that
hard.
hat,
It's probably hard to take a bad picture of Alyssa.
that thing about that hat with the high top on it and everything, not everybody can pull that off, but you're looking
I
like a
couldn't do
bouse in it.
I couldn't pull it off.
Thank you. I did not know that was even a thing.
Now, okay. So you tour with Jut. Now, does that get distracting touring with your fiance like that?
No, because we are both very driven, like focused business people when we show up to shows. So yeah,
so that's good. It's not like one of those situations where, okay, Jut, I've really got to go do a show tonight, and he's not like, can we just please go to the movies?
Never. That never happens.
That's good. That'd be annoying after a while.
Okay, do you ever go to the movies?
No, we don't. We have
I figured you didn't.
moment. We have still to this moment have not been to a movie together.
Ever.
Well, you don't have time, but I mean, you're doing what you love every day anyway.
Right.
Yes, we are certainly extremely lucky in that regard.
And it's good that you found somebody that has the same passions that you do, so you don't have to put it on the back burner.
Right. No, it's quite it's pretty good because we talk about different aspects of our careers on a daily basis. We're always talking about what's the next move for us, and listen to this new song, and I'm going to go write with this person. I just got this show, so a lot of. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I would say some of his ex-girlfriends and some of my ex-boyfriends, if either one of us were to say to our exes, I just got a show tonight. Sorry, I got to go do this to make money because we don't have the steady job paycheck thing. We kind of do have to take gigs as they pop up. And our ex-people would just throw a fit, and it would make it dramatic and difficult to do what we love versus if that happens to Judd or I, it's never a big deal. It's like, fine, great, go for it. Love you, honey. See you later.
Go make some money.
Arrivederci.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to play this last song, and I absolutely love this song because I like your voice and I like the whole blues mix to it, and it just kind of puts me in a place.
The mix is epic. I'm very, very proud of this particular mix. Of all my songs, I think this might be my favorite mix of everything.
Okay, now what out of the 3 songs that you sent me, which one's your favorite?
Man, don't do that.
You got to tell me. I asked you.
Okay, I like the story. I'm going to give you reasons for all of them. I like the story behind Keep Around. I love the pop feel and the happiness of I Want It to Rain, and I love how my voice sounds on the light.
So that was such a cop-out answer.
I don't know, man. It's hard, okay?
Well, I like them all for the same reasons that you just gave, but I think my overall favorite is Drowning Me. So I'm anxious to see.
There we go.
And I'm anxious to see what Allie thinks because you like I Want It to Rain so far.
Yeah, that's the one. I downloaded that and I listen to it all the time.
Okay, so tell me if you still feel that way after we play this one.
All right, I might be having to download another song.
Okay. So, and Drowning Me, that's going to be available on iTunes and Spotify and all those places too, right?
It's available now.
For now.
For now.
Don't know for how much longer.
You're killing me.
It's around until May.
You're killing
I think
me.
that's when I plan on taking it down.
Okay, so here we go. Drowning Me. If you just tuned in, this is the third song we played by Alyssa Jacey. This will be the last one. So you'll need to go back later and listen to the whole show on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spreaker, Player FM, lots of places. You can listen to it again on the ChrisTopProgram.com as well, too. So here we go.
There's no other way to put this. I'm leaving you tonight. The strong only get stronger when their heart's not soaked in wine. And I faked that I loved you, 'cause I like the look that you gave. Every time you caught yourself taking my breath away. Well, you belong in a bottle. I belong at sea. And I know if I don't leave you now, you're gonna end up drowning me. You can lay me down as many times as you want, but I'll get up the next day as if it was never good enough. And I faked that I loved you, 'cause I like the look that you gave. It was almost desperation, like you needed to be saved. Well, you belong in a bottle. I belong at sea. And I know if I don't leave you now, you're gonna end up drowning me. There's no other way to put this. No, I can't sugarcoat goodbye. There's nothing sweet about a sting, honey, when a life is sacrificed. And I faked that I loved you, 'cause I like the look that you gave. Every time you caught me falling, but I knew you'd let go one day. You belong in a bottle. I belong at sea. And I know if I don't leave you now, you're gonna end up drowning me. End up drowning me. So there's no other way to put this.
I don't know, dude. I freaking love that song, and it's just so bluesy, and it just grabs my heart, and you sound kind of like a badass in it too.
Well,
You know?
shoot, man, thanks.
I don't know. I mean, what did you think about it, Allie?
The song did sound badass, and I love the vocals on it, but I have to be in a specific mood for that song. I probably would have played it first. I want it to
You
rain.
like that one the least out of the three?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we rarely match up, though.
We don't like the same music. Like, we do, but we don't. You know, that makes sense? Does that make sense?
Did you like them all, or did you have any you didn't like?
I do like them all, but I have to be in a certain mood to get into the one we just played.
Yeah. I mean, if I was already in that mood, that song would be totally epic. But, I mean, that song will put me in that mood, too.
I have to be
Which
in
isn't
that
so
mood
bad.
first.
I mean, it makes me feel like I'm kind of like sly.
You are sly.
I don't know. It's weird.
You're
but
pretty sly for a white guy.
I know.
Sly for a white guy.
I know. And, see, Jamie wants to know if the wedding's going to be on YouTube or Facebook Live.
Okay, Yes, I'm going to answer that question really fast, though, to people who are listening to this conversation before that song played.
Yes, we got to clear that up.
Yeah, I want to clear that up. I really thought that the third song I sent Allie and Chris was a song called The Light, because that is the best mix of my voice I've heard in all the songs I have put out. So if you want to hear another a similar, very bluesy written song, definitely look up The Light, and that's on all those different websites you can find it on, like iTunes or Reverb Nation. And
I'm going to make a note to go and get that at the end on iTunes. It's called what again?
The Light.
The Light. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look that up.
If I were to have been smart enough to remember that out of the 3 songs I sent you, one of them was Drowning Me, I would have said, without a doubt, when you asked me which one's my favorite, I would have said Drowning Me. It was my favorite song the second I wrote it. It's been my favorite song since then. I wrote it in 2012.
So it's been a while.
After I moved to Nashville.
Yeah, it's been a while then. So you released it in 2012?
I think I released it in 2014. I wrote it the summer of 2012, and then I released it on Destined, which came out in 2014 or 15.
Dude, how hard is that to do? Okay, so you wrote the song in 2012, then you waited 2 years before you released it. Is it hard to sit on songs like that and then?
Yes.
I can't imagine.
I never do that, actually. I almost never sit on songs, because that's why I have so many singles and albums out right now, because every time I write something, I'm like, I've got to release it. And I'll find a way. But I guess for that particular song, unless I'm getting my dates mixed up of my own songs, but I believe Destined came out in 2014, Heartbreak 2015, and then I Want It to Rain 2016, and I didn't release anything last year, so that makes sense.
Okay. I wish we had more time, because I feel like we could talk for 2 or 3 hours. I really do. I don't know if people would listen that long, but I mean, I feel like I think we've gotten to the point in our career. Well, I call it a career, but it's more of a hobby. But on the show, where I feel like it's not really an interview; it's just a conversation. And I like that feeling, and that's what I like, leaving this feeling like I had. You remember when you were little and you had those overnight phone conversations with a best friend or maybe a boyfriend or something, and you couldn't stop talking.
Yeah. Of course.
See, that's kind of how the show feels to me now. When I have great people like you on that are so interesting. And I hope the listener sees that and gets that same feeling as well. I hope they feel as connected to you as we do when we talk to you.
I hope so. There's an email I sent out, just a few minutes before our interview started, and one of the things that so I don't know who it was. I quoted somebody. I forget who it was, but someone had said, one of the things they really like about an Alyssa Jacey show is that within the first 10 minutes you feel like you've known me for decades.
Yes. And I think that's important. I think, and just me. This is me talking. I don't have the business sense that you have, and I don't have the talent that you have for sure. But I feel like, when you're kind of talented, I almost feel like the connection's more important than the talent or the charisma or the way you carry yourself. If you can connect with that audience, I think you've got it.
It's definitely an important factor. The formula hasn't been discovered yet, I don't think, but sure. I personally feel like connecting with an audience is one of the main things you're really going to need for success, and talent and drive. Those are things we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Now, okay, we do have to go. We have to wrap it up. But before we do that, I have another question that I just totally forgot about. the motivational speaking that you've been doing. You've been going to like different schools and talking to students.
Yep. Even when I was touring Europe, I was speaking at schools in Ireland and Sweden, and then
Nice.
in the States, definitely Southern California, and I forget if I've done anything locally, but yeah. So I've spoken at schools anywhere from kindergarten through college graduates.
Okay, and you just talk about you talk about the industry, or what do you talk about?
Yeah, so a lot of the main reason, I think the only reason, the main reason I'm getting hired to do things like this is because people who I've never met or have followed me online for a long time, and after so many years have reached out to me and said, I've been kind of I've been slowly following your career, and I noticed that you've done X, Y, and Z, and you're really inspirational, and I follow you on Facebook, and you write a lot of inspirational things. Can you come and speak at our school on what it's like to be a DIY and to follow your dreams and your passion and to turn something that was just a dream at one point into reality?
Mm-hmm. And that's important. That's good information, I think, for these. I say kids. Are they like high school kids, or are they college, or what?
They're anywhere from kindergarten to college grad. So they're
okay.
I don't know what kindergarten age is. 6, 5,
something like that.
Yeah. So they can be that young and that small all the way through, you know, 16, 70-year-olds. Because some people who are going back to school or in school are not just in their 20s.
How good does that make you feel to like kind of play a part in maybe molding their lives a little bit?
It's one of the best feelings I've ever had the ability to experience. I absolutely love speaking and inspiring and being able to answer questions right off the cuff to people who are struggling with, you know, where am I in life? Where am I going in life? What do I do with myself? And it's so much fun. And there's a video on YouTube if people want to take a look at one of the things, one of the examples I've released. You can look up Alyssa Jacey, motivational speaker, maybe on YouTube, or if you just look up Alyssa Jacey, CSUSM, which is Cal State University San Marcos. I spoke at my old college a few years ago, and it's a really good board I was on, so you can hear a few other people speak, but that's something that you can kind of take a look at if you want.
Okay. So that's good stuff. So we love you to death.
Mm-hmm. Love you back.
Yeah. So when you're able to talk a little bit more about some of this stuff that's happening, we need to get you back on.
Yes.
Sure.
And just sort of clear the air a little bit.
Yeah, maybe
some
probably
questions.
like maybe early August, because that's about the time. Well, I might be able to do it sooner. I'm still figuring out my lineup of like my timeline of when I'm going to be talking more about why I'm taking my songs down and what my plans are for the rest of the year. But I'll keep you updated. I'll let you two know.
Yeah, keep us updated. And if any new songs come out, feel free to send them to us.
I will, for sure. I'm sitting on one that I wrote like 6 months ago that everybody wants a copy. I've been playing it live, and everyone comes up to me after the show and they're like, "When's that coming out? When's that coming out?" So look out for "Love Is All You Need" is the name of that song. And
did you
that
just rip off the Beatles? What did you do?
That's what I have been asked that. My fiance asked me that, actually. But no.
So "Love Is All You Need." We can be looking forward to that one.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
that's at some point, hopefully sooner than later, but I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay, so I do appreciate everybody that listens. I promise you that. We don't take you for granted. We will never, ever take you for granted, because I know that there are a million other things you could be doing, but you chose to listen to us. Makes us feel pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. Pretty damn good. So until we broadcast again, please remember this. Life is good. We're gone.
Maybe a dark things might be looking grim. I guess it's time